The concepts of sex and gender are related but not the same. Sex refers to biology, while gender refers to socially defined roles and characteristics. This distinction is important in understanding the complexities of gender identity and expression. Gender versus sex. While sex is based on biological characteristics, gender is about how individuals identify themselves and experience the world around them. Gender identity is one's internal sense of being male, female, a blend of both, or neither, and may not necessarily align with one's assigned sex at birth. Recognizing this distinction is crucial for validating individuals' identities and experiences, particularly for transgender and non-binary people whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. Gender socialization is a process through which individuals are taught to conform to societal expectations related to gender. This process involves manipulation, canalization, verbal appellation, and activity exposure, and is facilitated by institutions like the family, education, and media. Manipulation. Gender socialization often involves the manipulation of children's behavior based on their perceived gender. Canalization. Canalization refers to the encouragement of certain behaviors or interests based on gender. Children may be directed towards toys, activities, and hobbies that align with traditional gender roles. Verbal appellation. Verbal appellation involves the use of language to reinforce gender roles and expectations. Children are often praised or criticized based on how well they conform to gender norms. Activity exposure. Gender socialization also occurs through exposure to gendered activities, roles, and representations in various social contexts, such as school, media, and peer groups. Children observe and internalize gendered behaviors and expectations through interactions with family members, teachers, peers, and media portrayals. The gender division of labor results in the allocation of different tasks, roles, and responsibilities to women and men based on societal norms. This division leads to the phenomenon of multiple burden, where women are expected to fulfill various roles, often juggling unpaid work at home, paid work in the workforce, and volunteer work in the community. Traditional gender roles. Deeply ingrained societal norms and expectations regarding gender roles reinforce the division of labor, perpetuating the idea that certain tasks are inherently more suited to one gender over another. Structural inequality. Structural inequalities in the workforce, such as gender wage gaps, limited access to parental leave, and lack of affordable childcare, contribute to women's disproportionate burden of unpaid and paid work. Cultural beliefs. Cultural beliefs and attitudes regarding gender and caregiving further reinforce the gender division of labor, often placing a higher value on men's paid work and women's caregiving responsibilities. Gender roles are not fixed and can evolve over time. Empowerment of women and transformation of masculinities play a significant role in challenging and reshaping traditional gender roles. Empowerment of women. Economic empowerment. When women have access to education, employment opportunities, and financial resources, they gain greater independence and autonomy. Political participation. Increased representation of women in political and decision-making positions challenges traditional gender roles by demonstrating women's leadership abilities and breaking stereotypes about women's roles as passive or subordinate. Education and awareness. Education plays a crucial role in challenging traditional gender roles by empowering women to question and critically analyze societal expectations. Transformation of masculinities. Redefining masculinity. Traditional notions of masculinity often emphasize traits such as dominance, aggression, and emotional stoicism. However, there is a growing movement to redefine masculinity to encompass traits such as empathy, vulnerability, and nurturing. Role modeling. Positive role models who embody non-traditional forms of masculinity, such as men who are involved fathers, caregivers, or advocates for gender equality, serve as powerful examples that challenge stereotypes and inspire other men to embrace more diverse expressions of masculinity. Engaging men and boys. Engaging men and boys in conversations about gender equality and encouraging them to reflect on how traditional gender roles limit both women's and men's potential can facilitate the transformation of masculinities. Understanding and respecting different aspects of human sexuality, including sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression, is crucial in promoting inclusivity and equality for all individuals. Respect for human dignity. Every individual has the right to self-determination and autonomy over their own identity and experiences. Combating discrimination and stigma, misunderstanding, prejudice, and discrimination against individuals based on their sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression can have harmful and far-reaching consequences, including social exclusion, harassment, violence, and denial of rights and opportunities. Promoting understanding and acceptance helps to challenge stigma and discrimination, creating safer and more inclusive mental health and well-being. Invalidating or marginalizing someone's sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression can have detrimental effects on their mental health and well-being. Acceptance and support from family, friends, and society are crucial for the psychological and emotional health of LGBTQ+ individuals. Creating affirming and inclusive spaces fosters a sense of belonging and reduces the risk of mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, and suicide. Legal and human rights protections. Recognizing and affirming diverse sexual orientations, gender identities, and gender expressions is fundamental for ensuring that all individuals are entitled to the same legal protections and human rights. This includes protections against discrimination in employment, housing, healthcare, education, and other areas of life. Upholding the rights of LGBTQ+ individuals requires acknowledging their identities and experiences and advocating for their equal treatment under the law. Fostering diversity and creativity. Embracing diversity in sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression enriches society by allowing for a wide range of perspectives, experiences, and contributions. When individuals are free to express their authentic selves without fear of judgment or discrimination, it fosters creativity, innovation, and cultural richness.